Selected 1. Lean in. This is not just about Elon Musk, it is about you. When he stood in awe, tears in his eyes, realizing that the universe had matched him with someone who amplified his mission rather than drained it, he wasn't just a billionaire. He was a man humbled by destiny. That same law of destiny is now at work in your life. You've been in a hidden season. Your phone stayed silent. People wrote you off. They mistook your quiet for weakness, not realizing you were reconstructing yourself brick by brick, soul by soul. While others chased applause, you chased alignment. While they ran after instant gratification, you invested in foundations that would outlast storms. That silence, that apathy toward their opinions was not defeat, it was power. It was your frequency rising beyond the reach of gossip and comparison. It was you stepping into the kind of stillness where God writes the next chapter. This is what few understand. The blessing always comes after the building. Musk's tears were not just gratitude. They were release. Release from years of carrying a vision alone. You too are nearing that moment. The same way he was blessed with a partner who understood his calling. You are moving into a season where only those aligned with your destiny will find you. Now, since the emphasis was on underestimating you, the deep healing, writing, shadow work, and meditation all had a purpose that others were unable to perceive. You have acquired skills that, to those functioning from a lesser state of awareness, seem almost otherworldly. You can now see deceit before it's completely developed, since your intuition has gotten so acute. You've developed enough discernment to be able to tell someone's actual intentions just by meeting them. Your level of emotional intelligence has beyond what most individuals attain over the course of many lives. Complete emotional self-sufficiency, however, is the most potent ability you have acquired. To feel good about yourself, you no longer need the approval of others. You no longer need approval from others to see your value. You can now keep your own serenity without relying on the energy of others. You are magnetically appealing to healthy individuals because of your independence, but you're also repulsed by those who thrive on the insecurity of others. Everyone around you is surprised by how your profession has begun to mirror this inward change. Opportunities come to you with ease. Your energy seems to attract those in positions of authority. Once impossible projects are now completed with synchronistic simplicity. It's not luck. When someone is fully in line with their own power and purpose, this is what occurs. Your life has completely changed the connections in it. Those who used to sap your energy have filtered themselves out on their own. The remaining relationships are based on true compatibility, love, and respect for one another. You've drawn people who value your individuality rather than attempting to alter it, who encourage your development rather from seeing it as a threat. Your home has transformed into a haven that embodies your heightened awareness. Everything has a function. Intentional energy is present everywhere. Every little thing reflects the sophisticated taste you've acquired as you've learned to treat yourself with respect. Materialism is not what this is. This person has come to understand that one's surroundings should reflect their own sense of respect for their own life. Even the things you do every day have become hallowed rituals. The tone for a spectacular event is determined by how you begin your morning. Your nightly routine makes room for heavenly downloads and healing dreams. Your daily routine exemplifies a degree of self-care that most individuals never acquire, as they are too preoccupied with pleasing others and ignoring themselves. Your spiritual enlightenment has transcended abstract ideas and reached the level of authentic mystical experience. You've developed the ability to read the energy signs of every person, circumstance, and opportunity that comes your way. Wishful thinking is not what this is. You can navigate the complexity of life with an unmatched edge thanks to your honed psychic skill. Your waking choices are now informed by the insights and messages contained in your dreams. Your sleep has evolved into a period of active spiritual education, during which you get strategic direction, creative inspiration, and knowledge downloads. Situations that were unclear the previous evening become clear to you when you wake up. Equipped with answers that seem inspired by God, your connection with synchronicity has developed into an advanced system of communication with the cosmos. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. You become aware of the trends, recurring figures, and significant coincidences that provide reassurance that you are headed in the correct direction. Your previous need for human affirmation has been replaced with something far deeper and more dependable thanks to this cosmic feedback loop. There has been a radical shift in how you handle emotions. The strength of your emotions used to overwhelm you, but now you see them as important indicators of your relationships and surroundings. Once seen as a weakness, your sensitivity has now turned into your greatest asset, a well-tuned tool for identifying the truth and negotiating intricate social situations. Even you're surprised by the extent of your creative outpouring. You have access to a stream of inspiration that appears to flow through you rather than out of you, whether it is via writing, art, business innovation, or just the way you have planned your life. It's more than simply talent. When all the obstacles to the divine creative channel are removed, this is what occurs. Those who know how to look are starting to see the outward signs of your metamorphosis. Skincare products cannot explain the bright quality of your skin. There are depths in your eyes that weren't before there. Your posture conveys an inner confidence that is independent of the situation outside of you. People often remark that you've changed, but few are able to pinpoint the precise alteration. Your nervous system has adjusted to function better in calm conditions as opposed to stressful ones. You now live in a condition of peaceful awareness that enables you to react rather than react, when before you were always on the lookout for dangers and getting ready for an attack. Your health has improved in every way as a result of this change, which has also made room for miracles to happen organically. You've learned to use your sensitivity as a superpower that allows you to access knowledge that others are unable to see, despite the years when others disregarded it as a weakness. All the times you were referred to as overly intense. You've learned how to transform that energy into targeted manifestation that produces outcomes that others can only imagine. You've developed spiritual skills beyond what most people would think feasible. Before you go into a room, you can feel its energy through SMS texts. You may sense someone's emotional condition. Based on the vibrational frequencies involved, you can forecast how a scenario will turn out. That if you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. This is not a work of fiction. This is the result of developing natural psychic powers rather than repressing them to blend in with the unconscious. For those who underestimated you, seeing that you were always this strong is the most startling insight. All you were doing was dimming yourself to accommodate other people. Your actual size is now apparent because you have ceased to shrink to fit constraints, and it is utterly horrifying to those who are used to feeling superior to you. Promote this video to assist other chosen ones in finding their way here if it speaks to your inner knowledge. Your communication style has changed to one that gets right to the point without engaging in small talk. When someone isn't interested in a genuine relationship, you stop doing pointless small conversation with them. To keep the peace in society, you no longer pretend to be interested in subjects that bore you. You no longer pretend to agree with ideas you think absurd or laugh at jokes that aren't humorous. You are surrounded by a magnetic field that draws in the appropriate people and drives away those who aren't suited for your life because of your uncompromising genuineness. You're now a living example of what it looks like to live from the truth of your spirit instead of acting for other people. The impact is so strong that after spending time with you, people often report feeling different. None of this power is being used to exact retribution, establish your point, or hold others accountable for how you were treated. Simply put, you're living so forcefully and truthfully that prior therapy seems blatantly silly in contrast. The most graceful way to deal with uncertainty is via your achievement. The accolades you're getting at work are a wonderful reflection of this inward change. Your distinct approach is beginning to get attention from others in your profession. Your colleagues are asking for your opinion on several initiatives. Leaders are looking for your opinion on crucial choices. This isn't about networking or politics. When genuine skill is finally allowed to flourish without being constrained by others, this is what occurs. You no longer have to worry about trying to be someone you're not, and your physical health has significantly improved. Your conscience is clear, which leads to deeper sleep. Since you're no longer swallowing your reality, your digestion is improved. Now that you're at last at ease with your body, your skin sparkles. Another outward sign of your interior revolution is this vigor. Even the way you relate to time has changed. You no longer feel hurried, behind schedule, or as like you're missing something. That if you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. When you're on your true path, you realize that everything happens at the right time. The worry that once influenced so many of your choices has been removed by your patience and faith in divine timing. Your knowledge of energy has advanced beyond futuristic ideas to become a practical proficiency that influences all of your interactions and results. You've mastered the ability to intentionally alter your frequency in order to attract or repel certain things. This is not a hypothesis. This kind of applied metaphysics yields quantifiable outcomes in your external environment. Among those who know you well, your capacity to transform negative energy has become legendary. When you were a victim of emotional vampires, drama used to stalk you. Now that poison is organically neutralized by your field, serenity follows you everywhere. You've turned into a dysfunctional energy black hole. Instead of being reflected back into the environment, it is absorbed and changed. Instead of using force, the manifestation skills you have acquired work via alignment. You've learned to be the energy match for what you want, rather than relying on willpower and effort to make things happen. This produces a magnetic pull that effortlessly attracts relationships, resources, and chances to you in a way that seems almost miraculous to outside onlookers. People now seek you out when they're going through tough times because of how strong your healing presence has grown. Being in your energy field helps individuals recall their own completeness, not because you attempt to solve their issues or provide advice. You've turned into a live example of what can happen when someone puts in the effort to really empower themselves and love themselves. Your dispute resolution style has changed from conventional methods. You no longer strive to win debates or participate in power battles. Rather, you possess such a distinct energy border that dysfunction is unable to enter your sphere. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. Avoidance is not what this is. This kind of dynamic control resolves disputes before they get dramatic. Your ability to see things intuitively has become so acute that you can now get advice on situations before they become issues. You may avoid problems and take advantage of opportunities by making course corrections and modifications thanks to this prophetic awareness. People are amazed by your seeming timing, but they are unaware that it is the consequence of maintaining a connection to divine knowledge. We have now reached the point in your tale when justice is not only carried out, but is done so exquisitely and precisely that it is transformed into a work of cosmic harmony. Living well isn't the only way to deal with being fired. Since you're living on such a higher dimension, any past treatment has no bearing whatsoever on your present situation. Your inner circle has been carefully chosen to consist only of those who contribute to your energy rather than deplete it. These are more than simply pals. These are individuals of your soul family who naturally appreciate your individuality and value you. You occasionally question how you ever put up with such subpar treatment, given the sharp difference between these relationships and the destructive ones you've let go of. Your work life has evolved into a manifestation of your inherent abilities and true ideals. You're no longer dealing with individuals who don't value your efforts or pushing yourself into jobs that don't suit. All of the projects seem to be in sync. Every partnership seems well-balanced. Every accomplishment seems more like a natural manifestation of who you are than something you worked hard to acquire. You've given up attempting to monitor or manage the abundance that is coming into your life, since it comes from so many diverse sources. Funds come from both anticipated and unforeseen sources. The time is ideal for opportunities to arise. When you need resources, they come to you. It's not luck. When someone quits obstructing their own blessings and fully connects with their greatest path, this is what occurs. The turmoil you formerly lived in seems like a faraway memory now that your everyday existence is so contented and serene. Rather of worry, mornings start with thankfulness. Clarity, not ambiguity, informs decision-making. Instead of power battles, interactions are founded on respect for one another. This peace is not monotonous. It is the outcome of living in accordance with the will of God. Perhaps most significantly, however, is that you have come to love yourself so much that you are no longer influenced by the judgments of others who have never really known you. You don't look for approval anymore. You don't fear criticism anymore. Some people's presence is no longer necessary for your enjoyment. This increased sense of self-worth is reflected in the romantic love that enters your life. You're drawing in partners who see your worth right away and show their gratitude for you on a regular basis with words and deeds. You occasionally find yourself laughing at what you formerly considered typical because of how starkly these healthy dynamics contrast with the unhealthy relationships you've left behind. Depending on each person's willingness to treat you with the proper respect, your family ties have either changed entirely or been intentionally relinquished. Being the emotional punching bag or family scapegoat is something you can no longer stand. You no longer put up with having your boundaries crossed or being left out of significant events. You no longer take part in gossip sessions or dramatizing events that drain you of energy. The empire you've created in your own life is hidden from others. The spiritual exercises, the holy rituals, and the artistic endeavors that feed your spirit. Your mornings have turned into a self-honoring ritual. Your nights are an occasion to celebrate another day of living life to the fullest. Your weekends are a chance to explore more deeply whatever really makes you happy. Your personal space is a reflection of your internal metamorphosis. Each book on your shelf was picked with care. Each artwork on your walls reflects your development as an artist. You feel more like the person you've become than the person you were before wearing any of the clothes in your wardrobe. Perfectionism is not what this curation is. It comes naturally when you are aware of your values and identity. Every other element of your life now rests on the basis of your spiritual practice. Through writing, prayer, meditation, or just spending time in nature, you've developed a steady relationship with the divine source that directs your choices and gives you steadfast strength when things become tough. Now, instead of just amusing your mind, the books you read nourish your growing awareness. Instead of just killing time, the podcasts you listen to push you to develop. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. Instead of merely being beneficial for your CV, the courses you take reflect your true interests. Each piece of information you let into your mind has been carefully selected to help you keep growing. Above all, however, you've grown to appreciate your solitude to such an extent that it's no longer a chore, but a pleasure. Your time alone is full of creative expression, spiritual connections, and worthwhile pursuits. Now that you've realized the limitless depth of your inner universe, you no longer need continual stimulation from outside sources to be content. Your house has transformed into a shrine that embodies your heightened awareness. Your color scheme encourages inspiration and tranquility. The mood that the lighting produces encourages both work and leisure. Your space's noises, whether they be music, the sounds of nature, or the glorious quiet, all help you keep the high vibration you've worked so hard to get. Your established routines for everyday duties have turned routine chores into chances to practice appreciation and mindfulness. Making coffee turns become a meditation in the morning. Making food turns become a self-love activity. Clearing your area turns into a way to release energy. Intention and awareness permeate every action, whether it's a separate room or merely a corner of your living room. Your creative office has evolved into a hallowed place where ideas may flow. You've surrounded yourself with tools that make expression simple, colors that inspire creativity, and items that pique your imagination. This area serves as a continual reminder of your boundless potential by containing the energy of all your aspirations and goals. You no longer need to ask for respect because of something in your energy that demands it. People can see you've put in the effort, confronted your weaknesses, and come out on the other side as someone who understands their value. A magnetic field created by this genuine confidence draws in chances that are in line with your goals and drives away everything that isn't intended for you. Your unwavering inner serenity is now shown by the way you respond to pressure. Anxiety is not caused by deadlines. Emotional responses are not triggered by conflicts. Criticism does not diminish your value. This equivalency is not a sign of apathy. It's the inevitable outcome of being so rooted in your own self that nothing can shake your inner serenity. Because you're not questioning your instincts or looking for approval from those who don't share your vision. Your decision-making process has become quick and certain. You have entire faith in your inner direction, which enables you to go confidently even when others question your decisions. Since you are no longer attempting to dominate people or prove yourself, the leadership responsibilities that are beginning to take shape in your life seem natural. Instead of vanity or insecurity, your authority stems from real competence and a sincere concern for the result. Because they sense your knowledge rather than deception, they heed your advice. You become so good at setting limits that you can defend your energy without coming off as defensive or harsh. People are aware of your boundaries without you having to constantly reiterate them. You don't need to continually defend your standards since they are obvious. Relationships that are mutually beneficial and naturally respectful are produced by this knowledge of boundaries. Your speech has changed to use fewer words to convey greater meaning and impact. You now know that sometimes the power of quiet outweighs the need for explanation. Long conversations are not the only way that presence may convey information. When you do decide to speak, people pay attention because your words are backed by hard-won knowledge and lived experience. Your internal changes are reflected in your outward appearance. You move gracefully and purposefully. You sit calmly and with respect. You make meaningful and purposeful gestures. Every facet of your body language conveys inner confidence and self-respect, which others naturally pick up on and react to. You may not even be aware of the ways your metamorphosis has impacted lives outside of your personal group. For those who are prepared to go on their own path of genuine self-discovery, the energy you exude has turned into a beacon. Just by being yourself, you've inspired others and been a live example that significant change is achievable. Your accomplishments in life give others the confidence to trust in their own abilities. People around you have learned that it is possible to safeguard their own energy thanks to the limits you have established. Your standards show that respect for oneself is not selfish. It's essential for building happy experiences and wholesome connections. Whatever shape your artistic endeavors take, they convey inspirational and therapeutic energies that go beyond the realm of consciousness. There's a collective awakening taking place on our world, and you're contributing to it via your job, your talks, or just your existence. The companies you back, the issues you advocate for, and the individuals you choose to interact with all demonstrate your high ideals and help make the world a better place. Your social media activity, your voting decisions, and your shopping habits. Every choice you make is in line with your own values. Others are inspired to start their own self-discovery journeys as a result of your dedication to personal development. The books you suggest, the exercises you discuss, and the advice you provide in casual conversations are all seeds that might one day sprout into the change of another person. Your ability to forgive, not for other people, but for yourself, has opened up a healing energy field that goes beyond your own experience. The collective healing of generational trauma and ancestral patterns has been aided by your readiness to let go of grudges and move on with grace. Your everyday life has turned into a verbal lesson, a showcase of what can be achieved when one truly embraces real living. Without even realizing it, people are studying your life as a masterclass in conscious living because of the way you handle everyday situations with amazing presence. Your connection to money has changed from one of scarcity to one of actual abundant awareness. You realize that having money isn't the only aspect of riches. It's about depth of connection, richness of experience, and the capacity to create value wherever you go. Your attitude to every transaction, opportunity, and energy exchange has changed as a result of this insight. Your clothing has evolved into a manifestation of your inner strength and dignity. Your wardrobe selections show that you are someone who knows their value and isn't scared to show it. Knowing precisely who you are and not apologizing for taking up space in the world gives your style a certain charm. Your eating habits have evolved into a holy ritual of providing nourishment for your temple. You eat things that give you more energy instead of taking it away. You eat with appreciation and awareness, realizing that each meal is a chance to pay tribute to the body that bears your precious soul throughout this earthly journey. You no longer travel across physical space in the same manner. You sit with dignity, you move with purpose, and you make deliberate gestures. People naturally admire the self-assurance and self-possession you convey via your body language. You now know how to treat your physical body with the respect it deserves. Your dedication to respecting your body's natural cycles is reflected in your sleep habits. You've established nightly routines that prime your mind for healing sleep and foretelling dreams. Your bedroom has transformed into a peaceful haven where healing takes place and heavenly direction is obtained. You now approach learning by integrating insight rather than just gaining knowledge. Instead of just confirming your preconceived notions, you look for mentors and situations that push you to improve. You are always growing in all directions because of your intellectual curiosity, which is turned into a spiritual discipline. Your handling of technology shows that you are in charge of your tools, not subservient to them. Instead of diverting you from your goals, your gadgets work for your best interests. Instead of presenting a carefully manicured picture intended to win over others, your internet presence represents who you really are. Your workout has evolved from a form of punishment for your diet to a celebration of your body's capabilities. Moving has evolved into a meditation technique, a means to show thanks for your physical talents, and a way to keep up the vigor required to achieve your goals. Your awareness has even been raised by the way you approach entertainment. You choose books that push your thinking, movies that captivate your mind, and music that makes you feel better. Every media item you take in is purposefully chosen to aid in your ongoing development. Your energy field has become so strong and sophisticated that it functions as an automated filter, letting only the things that are most beneficial to you into your consciousness. This has nothing to do with wall construction. The goal is to surround yourself with a high-frequency environment that makes it impossible for lower vibrations to match your energy signature. Your morning habit has become a hallowed rite that starts your day off on a positive note. You connect with your source, align with your best objectives, and build an energy foundation that is so powerful that nothing can shake it before you engage with anybody else. You become impervious to the turmoil and drama that formerly threatened to disturb your tranquility because of this preparedness. You've advanced to the master level of negative energy transformation. You don't take in or return poisonous energy when someone puts it into your presence. With the help of your own higher vibration, you change it. Without knowing why, people often leave conversations with you feeling lighter and more optimistic. Your dreams have evolved into an advanced means of communication with your spiritual guidance and higher self. Sleep has evolved into an active working period during which you may find answers to issues, get ideas for new projects, and get advice on crucial choices. Your waking hours are guided by knowledge downloads that you get upon awakening. You've become so adept at using your intuition that you can now predict outcomes before the parties involved have ever made a choice. You may put yourself in a favorable position and steer clear of issues before others even see them approaching thanks to this prophetic knowledge. Because you have access to knowledge that exists outside of the physical world, your timing has become flawless. You have started to realize that your metamorphosis encompasses more than just this physical world. It encompasses other planes of life. Healing ancestral patterns, and creating paths for future generations are two outcomes of the work you've done on yourself that has rippled across time frames. Your own development has turned into a contribution to the general awareness. You no longer think in linear terms when it comes to time. You are aware that the past, present, and future are all occurring at the same time, and that the decisions you are making now are mending past hurts and building better futures. You've been released from the prison of linear cause and effect reasoning thanks to this multifaceted understanding. Others may access the energy templates you've established through your self-healing practice just by being around you. You're now a living transformational library, and without you saying a word, people know deep down that they may find possibilities and optimism in your energy field. You now see manifestation in a way that goes beyond mere attraction to divine intelligence and conscious co-creation. You now connect with the greatest benefit for everyone concerned rather than attempting to materialize from ego cravings. This method serves the greater good while producing outcomes that beyond your own expectations. Hello, this is my Canary interrupting your regularly scheduled show for a little period. We are the creators of the Astral Atom Network and the Obsidian Inner Order. We've finished being polite. Our battle is a spiritual one. You are aware of it. We are aware of it. And we're working around the clock to complete this objective. We need the ammo, but I'm craving the blood of a fourth-dimensional archon. Listen, you're doing more than simply helping us when you join the Inner Order. They never intended for you to have access to these special tools. Training in psychic self-defense, focused personal intelligence, and spiritual warfare techniques they scrape off the internet. Additionally, we only meet in private on Zoom once a week. Just genuine dickfish, real family, and real power. No filters or filler. It's a complete victory. You get what you need. We are allowed to continue fighting. So instead of simply watching, give this video a like and tell everyone you know about it. Now. Join the Obsidian Inner Order right now. Let's complete the task at hand. The description contains a link. Let's go crazy. The issue of what type of world you're leaving for future generations guides every decision you make now. Your everyday choices are now determined by how your activities raise the level of awareness for everyone, not just by personal desire. Positive change is now being stewarded by you. You now have the chance to sow the seeds of potential in other people's brains via your talks. You only exemplify the reality of what is possible when someone commits to true life, without preaching or attempting to persuade anybody. More than words could possibly say, your example speaks for itself. Your enhanced energy charges the physical locations you occupy, accelerating change and fostering an atmosphere where miracles seem normal. Higher awareness may anchor on Earth via your house, workplace, or any other place where you spend a lot of time. Even when being honest takes bravery or causes momentary anguish, your dedication to the truth has become steadfast. You know that the basis of all genuine power is integrity. Furthermore, you would rather confront harsh realities than continue living cozy falsehoods. Because of your dedication, you have established a reputation for reliability that gives people access to opportunities that others cannot. Your assistance to others has progressed beyond assisting individuals to aiding in the general awakening of human awareness. Your genuine presence transforms everyone you come into contact with into a carrier of greater possibilities, creating a network of light that reaches much beyond your immediate circle of impact. You now freely provide the knowledge you've acquired throughout your metamorphosis to anybody who is willing to accept it. You provide insights to help people who are prepared to go out on their own road of genuine empowerment, not to demonstrate your expertise. Recall that I told you there was a spiritual awakening at the start of this narrative. You know now what that upheaval in the cosmos meant. It was more than simply your own metamorphosis. Your dedication to live a genuine life was met by the cosmos itself, which rearranged events to align with your higher awareness and unwavering self-respect. I recommended strategic hibernation at the beginning of your quest. It has resulted in an emerging so deep that you are sometimes shocked by your own transformation. You transformed rejection into insight, rather than just healing from it. You didn't just bounce back from being underestimated. You turned it into unwavering self-awareness. You didn't simply get away with being mistreated. You created something amazing using it as a raw material. Your silence, which started out as self-defense, has developed into a strong communication tool that may speak louder than words. You have made room in your life for remarkable events by removing yourself from poisonous relationships. You have put yourself on a level playing field that others cannot even perceive, much less access, because you refuse to play the old games. The individuals who disregarded you are now seeing your whole development when you stop lowering yourself for the sake of others. Others always felt that light, but attempted to stifle it. Now it shines so brightly that everything is illuminated. The potential that was denied recognition. These days, it shows up in ways that make earlier treatment seem not just harsh, but also tactically stupid. You're not resentful of regret, however. Apologies and recognition are not necessary for you to feel whole. You don't need approval to prove that you've changed, because you have discovered an unwavering source of self-validation. You no longer need any outside affirmation of your value. Your life has turned into a live example of how the greatest way to deal with undervaluation is to become so really strong that being dismissed no longer matters, rather than seeking retribution. You've shown that the most graceful approach to deal with being treated badly is to rise above it to the point where it clearly seems that you are superior. You now navigate the world as someone who has been put to the test by fire and has come out stronger than before, not simply unscathed. Instead of being one of victimization, your tale is now one of successful change. Victory, not loss, is reflected in your vitality. Your presence serves as an example of what may happen when someone refuses to settle for less than they deserve. Companion. People that don't take you seriously will always regret it. However, that remorse is only the soundtrack of a life so lovely that the opinions of others no longer matter at all to your contentment. You're too preoccupied with working your magic, changing people's lives, and leaving a legacy that will outlive fleeting regret for all eternity. The cosmos is celebrating your appearance. Your bravery in defying generational norms is being celebrated by your forefathers. And every norm you've upheld and every limit you've established are appreciated by your future self. Others' regret is only affirmation that you have opted for genuine power over the delusion of need from those who never really appreciated you. Continue climbing the selected one. The view from your destination is even more breathtaking than the one from your current location. And with each step you take toward your glorious destiny, the capacity to perceive your elevation from below is becoming less in your rearview mirror.